Hi, good morning. Welcome to another installment of Brews and Views. And today we're going to talk about addiction, but not addiction in what you might think springs to mind, but similar to that. So we're not talking about being addicted to drugs. We're talking about the addiction to mental health. So I'm going to start today's one off with another quote, and that is, "Your decision to kill your addiction will only become a reality if you believe and reinforce the fact that you have the capacity to do it." So basically, you have to believe, first of all, that you can do it. You have to believe that you want it, and you have to have the right reasons for you to do that. Now, why did I say that mental health is addictive? Well, just like any other substance, your body will develop a tolerance to that over time. So exposure to anything else will make the body dependent upon that. And that can be anything. And we develop tolerances, and the body is weird and wonderful, isn't it? The body will become physically dependent upon it, meaning that you have to take more or take it or be exposed to it in order to feel normal. So if you take like people who are addicted to alcohol, at one point in time it would have been fun, it would have been interesting because it was just every now and then at some point in time, and then all of a sudden they're doing it every day throughout the day, because they need to feel, it makes them feel normal, and it's a shame, because that's not a way to live, is it? I mean, think about all the health implications attached to that, especially your liver being one. It's because it's poison. Alcohol is poison, however you want to look at it. I'm not trying to say, I don't drink. I do drink. I don't drink on the weekend, but don't be fooled. It is poison. Chronic and long-term mental health releases chemicals into the body, and your body becomes dependent upon that. So I talk about this quite a lot. We get comfortable with certain types of mental health, that is as well. So I understand there are lots of ones out there. Again, I do still think that the chemical imbalances, and your body is just creating a homeostasis within that, or at least attempting to create a homeostasis within the body and balance out our hormones and all the chemicals around the body. But the fact that certain ones, I don't necessarily think anxiety, most people don't feel comfortable being anxious all the time, but then again, it is, people who are anxious tend to be anxious a lot. People who are depressed, I see that as it's that kind of like a bit of a comfort blanket, because you all are in it. It's like being in bed and you've not got out of bed for days. It's quite comfortable being in bed for days. You want to get out, but then you feel like you can't be asked. And that's how I feel like depression is. Those are the only two ones that I've kind of really been exposed to. Obviously, medical conditions are different, but again, they are all, the one thing that they have in common is chemical imbalances. So I also believe that with non-medical mental health issues can be, and again, don't shoot me down, it's just my opinion, you might not agree with it, but hear me out, can be linked to your ego, especially in men not wanting to get help. And we need to be able to kill that ego in order to be able to bring that wall down so that we may get help. So if we kill the ego, we reduce the power that the mental health has over us. So how do we do that? Daniel, you might say. Well, by being truly honest with yourself and becoming aware of your ego and understanding if you're operating in your ego, are you being egotistical in your ways to maybe show off or prove something to somebody else? And I don't understand. I understand when you're depressed, you're not looking to show off to anybody else, but are you looking to try and pretend to be strong for other people because it makes you look and feel a certain way? Because as men, we want to be respected, right? We want to be looked at upon as dependable, strong shoulders and be able to carry everything on, but that's not always the case. We can be weak, we can be fragile, we can be vulnerable, so we have to kill that ego, and we have to then get help. So challenge your ego and ask yourself, what is it serving? What am I doing? Is it serving my higher morals and values? I talked about this before. If you don't have your moral standards and values written down, then write some non-negotiable things about your life. It could be something as simple as, if you're depressed, like very badly depressed, I will get up every morning and I will do 15 minutes of movement. And if you then stick with that, if you're able to then do that, then add more to it, do other things, add more things to the day. Not allow it. Being able to say no a few times can boost your mental health, because you're no longer looking to please other people. In the gym, we have the term called ego lifting, and that's when we go in the gym and we know that certain people are watching us. We know that we're probably quite strong and we're in certain exercises, and we start lifting weights, and we start thinking that everyone's watching us, and we're doing it to please people. Doing 1 rep maxes. A 1 rep max in a gym, unless you've been working towards something, then it's a little bonus for yourself. 1 rep max in the gym is pretty pointless, and the more you do a 1 rep max in the gym, the less benefit it's going to have, because you're not building anything from that. You're just basically testing your strength. So stick to your 3s and 5 reps if you're trying to get strong. Anyway, sidetracked a little bit, but anyway, just talking about that. So challenge your ego. Are you living in that your own egotistical world? And does what you're doing apply to your morals and values? So you have to reflect and sort of practice that. Practice talking to yourself, practice that reflection. Every now and then, when you catch yourself feeling a certain sort of way, you think, well, should I get help? I'm like, no, I don't need help. I can sort this out myself. And then, okay, well, if you're sorting out yourself, do you feel it? And then if it's still the same in a week and nothing's much has changed, then that was your ego stopping you from getting some help. So you must seek another perspective. Speak to someone who you know cares about you, or seek out help someone who might be able to give you a different opinion, like such as a friend, a mentor, or a coach like myself, who can then provide you with another way of looking at certain things, maybe even provide you with a strategy in order to be able to get yourself out of that situation that you're in. So that is it for today, guys. Have a little think about that. Comment on the video and then let me know what you think. Is your ego getting in the way of you accepting or getting help? If it is, come talk to me. I have some free advice and some free exercises that we can go through. Like I said, I mentioned this last week. In the right place and time, I could come to you, or you could come to the gym that I'm at, and we can have that chat. It takes about 15 minutes. Enough time for a brew. Okay, guys. So remember, you are loved, you are needed, and you are not alone. So stay strong, but also allow yourself to be weak. Take care.